Hey guys, and welcome to another video. Well, the day's finally come where Max is going to go in and have a little procedure to have a look at what's happening with his aspiration and his tracheobronchomalacia. So they're going to put a camera down the back of his throat, down his airway, his trachea. They're going to have a look in his upper chest, in his bronchi, and then just see what's happening in there, just see the extent of the damage of his aspiration and have a look at the severity of his tracheobronchomalacia. And then hopefully they'll be able to rule out any physical abnormality of why he's aspirating. We are the Mitchells. There's Emily, Leo, Max, Ellen and Charles. And this is our channel, 3 Under 2.
So we're on our way into the hospital this morning and we've got Charles' sister watching Emily and Leo at the moment, and then my sister will come and take over and drop Emmy at childcare, and she'll spend the day with Leo, which is really good because it means that both Charles and I can be with Max at the hospital. He's woken up in a really good mood, so we're hoping that it's a good day for him despite everything he's going to have to go through. He's not too fond of other people. He's very much a mum and dad little boy, so hopefully today's not too hard on him. So Max is now in the holding bay waiting to go in for his procedure. Fortunately, he was first up this morning, so we were admitted at 8 AM and he's first up at 9:30 this morning. They only let one parent in the holding bay due to COVID restrictions, so Charles is the one that went in. And because he's a bit of an anxious baby and is very clingy, Charles will actually get to go in the operating theatre, and just before they put him under with the gas, Charles will have to leave, but at least he can be there to comfort him up until then. For now, I'm just waiting. I've got a hot coffee and I'm just sitting in the park and feeling okay about everything. I know that it's quite a routine procedure and they'll take every precaution because of his history. They told us it'll take about 20 to 30 minutes, but the actual process of putting him under and the after actually takes a bit longer. So probably only going to be about an hour, and then they'll contact us and we'll just keep occupied in the meantime.
So Ellen and I are just waiting in the PICU surgery waiting room, just waiting for Max to come out of surgery, and probably take about half an hour, so we're just going to sit here and wait until we get the phone call that he's in the PICU. So Max is at a theatre now. He's actually been admitted to the Campbell ward, which is really good because originally we thought that he'd be going to the high dependency ward or the PICU. And that's a good thing because it means that he's recovering a lot better than what they thought from his procedure. At the moment, I'm just heading to the car, just picking up some more things for Max, just to make him a bit more comfortable. We haven't seen any of the doctors yet, so we don't know what they actually found, having a look in his chest or anything. But I'm sure we'll see them really soon just to go over what they found. Because he's looking really good, they're actually saying that he might be able to go home tonight, which is good. So fingers crossed that's the case, and we won't have to have a night here in hospital. And so the reason why we're taking the stairs everywhere we go, we're trying to practice good social distancing, trying to keep ourselves away from elevators where we're in tight, small spaces with people, and yeah, getting a workout in as well. So the Campbell ward is one of the more nicer wards that we've stayed on. The only thing is that Max is sharing a room with 3 other patients. It's not a bad thing, but you know, we're just not used to it because he's always had his own room. In the scheme of things, we're not going to be here for that long. We're possibly going to be going home tonight, if not tomorrow, so we can suck it up until then. Having a look at Max, he had a bit of a sleep earlier, but since then he's looking really good, really happy. He's moving around, he's babbling, so he's in a good mood considering that he's just had surgery. I don't know if that's the painkillers or anything like that that he's been on, but he's looking really good at the moment, so we're really happy about that. So the parents' room here is actually in another ward, but it looks really nice, and all the power points here have USB points, so even more room to charge your electronics. So guys, after waiting most of the day, we finally saw the ENT doctor. We were waiting for them to do their rounds at around 4:30. That ended up being around 5 o'clock, basically just to hear the results of Max's procedure. And what they found was no physical reason of why he's aspirating. They had a look at his voice box, his larynx, his airway and everything. Looks completely normal, which has just ruled out a physical problem for his aspiration. So at this stage, they're working with the theory that it's developmental. So I guess we're just gonna have to wait to see our speech pathologist to see what his recovery plan looks like from here.
After waiting about 2 hours while Max was in theatre, we got a call to say that he had been moved to the Campbell ward, so a different ward from what we were expecting. This was good because it meant that he was recovering well. And when we got there, we were told that there was a pretty good chance we would get to go home today because he had done so well. Most of the day was spent just waiting for a doctor to say whether or not we could go, and he did really well. The biggest problem with Max today was that he is so wriggly and just doesn't want to sit still, and there was nowhere for him to kind of go and play, so he was getting quite frustrated that he was having to be held all the time, and he didn't want to stay in the cot either. So
previous to his other hospital appointments, he hadn't been crawling yet, and now he is. So he's so much more mobile, and you know, he's crawling all over us, he's standing up in the cot, and he wants to crawl on the floor. But you know, because we're sharing the room with 4 other patients, we just didn't want to, you know, put him down, let him go, or do anything like that, and just try to keep him contained.
So today's results are a bit of a mixed bag. I feel like relief that there's no further surgeries that are necessary and things like that, but at the same time it is a bit I was a bit surprised. I honestly thought that because it's been going on for so long, and because it hasn't it's improved but not greatly, that there must be a physical cause, and there isn't. So now we just wait, and it's on Max to see, I guess, when he's ready to swallow properly. He absolutely loves when he gets a sip of water, so he's definitely keen for it. So hopefully a bit more practice and he'll be able to do it. The doctor did also say that while there was no physical cause of his aspiration, they were able to see his tracheobronchomalacia. So there was narrowing, which is to be expected given his condition, but there's not anything they can do about that. That's just something that takes time for him to grow out of, and
for the cartilage to harden.
Yeah.
So I guess we're definitely relieved that Max didn't have to stay in overnight, and then we're able to go home today. I don't know how I would have gone staying overnight in a shared room. Our previous hospital visits on some of the other wards, Max has had his own room, which has always been ideal when we've had to stay in overnight. Even little things like just trying to be quiet when talking and talking on the phone, and you know, you're always conscious about bothering other people, and now we don't have to deal with that. We're at home, we're a lot more comfortable. Max is a lot more comfortable, although not at the moment, but he will be. And
I think it's hard too with a baby because babies cry, and there's not always a lot you can do about that. So there was like 2 older children and then another baby, so it was yeah, not ideal situation. Usually Max is in because he's got respiratory infections, which is why he gets his own room. So it worked out for the best. We're home and we're exhausted. It's been a long day.
Yeah, very long day. Alright guys, that's the end of the video today. So if you're interested to see what we have going on, look out for the upcoming videos. Better yet, subscribe and hit that notification bell, and we'll see you in the next one.
What do you want, mister?
No, more like that's where you were going to jump in.
Oh, okay. What have you done? Did you make a bath? You're cheeky. Are you so cheeky?